Shalom. Call Haloyim. La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered abroad the face of the earth. Even if you're among the heathen and even like the heathen who are speckled Israelites, to the household of faith, which is the elect, I want to say shalom to you. My voice is in and out, so Salakia, Lord willing, you can hear me. I caught an interesting video though, and kind of made my day. And point being is because these Israelite women that are been comfortable, or that have been comfortable, I should say. Now they're starting to feel that pressure, and what I mean pressure, I'm talking about the pressure of going without, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it because this place is collapsing. And while it's collapsing, you have some that have jobs, some that don't. But then you have the men, right? Men, so-called negro, Latino and Native American men, but Israelite man, we have jobs still, and the women are falling behind. And that's a good thing because the only reason you got these jobs, especially high-end jobs, is because of, a small part is DEI, right? DEI, and then you had the point of DEI is to make quota. So if you hire a so-called minority and you meet the quota numbers, then it can be looked at as you're not discriminating. But the thing is this, a lot of those quota numbers were filled by women. And the Israelite man was left behind, especially, the man of Judah, the so-called Negro, so-called African-American. There's many titles they put on the Judite man, black, whatever. But he's really, the head tribe of the nation of Israel, which, consists of, it consists of 12 tribes, and Judah being the head. And that's why the heaviest concentration is on the tribe of Judah, Though other tribes look down on Judah, there's a reason why Judah is, in the condition that he's in, and it's worse than the other tribes, is because he's the head. And just like the eldest son, or the head son that was left in charge, or maybe the parent leave in charge, when they go off and make everybody else go off, that's, a heavy punishment on the one that was left in charge, and that would be Judah. So the heaviest concentration or oppression is concentrated on Judah heavily because they're the head tribe, okay? That's how it always will be, and that's how it's been, So start with the Judite woman. She have left her man, and now she's out here down bad, have to fend for herself. And when you look at it, what happened was the serpent, which was the actual man, he beguiled the woman, all right, which you go into that account, right? We can get it real quick. Let me see. Beguiled the woman. Okay, let me see. Okay. Verse 13, we'll go right to the point. And this is after, the woman learned the knowledge of wickedness, When she, her and her man, her husband, which is Adam, they were not supposed to learn the way of wickedness. Because the serpent, deceived her or beguiled her, all right, she basically went off, and that's where sin came in, okay, because he deceived her. It says, and the Lord power Or Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Right, she learned the knowledge of wickedness, man. Okay? The word beguiled, she says to beguile, deceive, right? The Hebrew word there is nashah. It says to beguile, deceive, beguile. So that's, I mean, you know what deceive mean, you know? And that's exactly what he's done, you know, even to this very day with the woman. Because the serpent, you know, the spirit of the serpent is in the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay? And he's still beguiling Eve, which is a so-called black woman. And, you know, to this very day, she's steadily being deceived by this serpent, man. That's steadily beguiling her or deceiving her into doing things that he wants her to do. And the main thing he wanted her to do was to destroy her own nation. Okay, and there's plenty of examples of that. Okay, let's see here. Remember 1 second. It's a lot. Still getting this mucus out my chest. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 13-6. It says, If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. Right. And this is what, happened to the so-called black woman. She's been deceived to the point where she thinking that her getting her fucking degree or getting benefits and leaving her husband behind was going to be for the betterment of her and those children. When the scriptures tell you that the man, all right, or the father, all right, he established, the foundation of homes. Okay, when you go to the book of that's Sirach 3. Okay, Ecclesiastes on Sirach 3, it goes into that, right? Let me see. This is same book, chapter 3. In verse 9, it says, For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children. You see? So a father was meant to lay down the foundation or be the foundation to a house or home which contains a family, That's how I always have been. And without that foundation, there's nothing to build upon. All right, the home or house is ruined. All right, or family is ruined. And for the so-called black woman, you've gotten rid of your man, and you wonder why you're in such turmoil to this day. It says, but the curse of the mother rooted out foundations, and that's exactly what took place, man. All right, if your dad not in the home, or you grew up without your dad, all right, or at least your dad end up messed up in jail or prison because your mother. It's all go back to your mother being out of order. Okay. So let's go back to, and then, like I said, you could go into the many things about that. Willie Lynch letters. You can go into fucking the Assistance Act that gave the so-called black women and other so-called minority women, Latina women, assistance as far as the assistance program, welfare. And then what? They had to get rid of their husbands or men. Same thing. And there goes the foundation of the home, But she has no one to blame but herself. Okay? Let's go back to chapter 13. It says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what one is thou? Right. So this man, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, beginning with their elites, have done, all right, the tribes women just like that, okay? Start with the so-called black woman. He used you for his benefit, and then he got rid of you or discarded you. Okay, verse 7, and he will shame thee by his meats, right? Your assistance programs, Now he's taking away from you and making you the face of being a burden on the economy. No. He will shame thee by his meats until he have drowned thee, until he have drowned thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Right. And he's laughing her to scorn right now because she think that her having a job, and getting those so-called prominent roles, or those basically DEI jobs, she felt important because why? She's doing good, but guess what? The man she left behind and those children she left behind, they're not doing good because the man is not there. Okay? And now he's sitting back shaking his head because why? She served his purpose, which is to destroy the home of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American people. Okay? Especially you so-called blacks. Because why? You're the tribe of Judah again. Okay, so now you fast forward today, a lot of them jobs are going now. And you're going to see just how them jobs have left. I don't want to say fair use, fair use. Of course, my videos are not monetized, only for literary, commentary, and educational purposes. And Lord, when you find it, edifying, as far as this whole video lesson, and you women out there that are sincere and serving the Lord, you okay. You looking at your sisters out there doing bad, don't feel sorry for them. They had their moments in time to do the right thing, to be submissive and subservient to their husbands, but hey, they chose the other route. Not knowing the other route was the wrong route, or they chose the other grass because they thought it being greener, that was better. So be it, man. And this is why we say, this is why the apostles say, on down to us younger brothers, that the so-called black woman in mass won't make it. Not saying none will make it, but in mass, a lot of them ain't gonna make it. Okay, so again, fair use, let's play the video.
The November jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics released this week showing some staggering numbers in unemployment. The latest data finds that despite a job opportunity increase, nearly 700,000 women are still missing from the workforce. And for black women, the unemployment has surged to roughly 7.5%, outpacing the broader workforce and sounding an alarm for the U.S. labor market.
So today is my first day being unemployed, and I got noticed I was being laid off while on parental leave.
Yep.
Coincidentally, the last day of my parental leave was also the last day of my employment, which was yesterday. While I could say a lot about how I feel, I want to focus on a much broader issue, one that I am now a part of. Since February of this year, over 300,000 black women have been pushed out of the workforce, and that is across corporate, federal, and nonprofit sectors. Men, on the other hand, have gained more than 600,000 jobs.
So I was laid off today after 24 years. So that happened.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than...
So that happened.
I got laid off from Amazon 2 weeks ago today. I received an email at like 5:48 a.m. in the morning saying, unfortunately, your role has been eliminated. And it was honestly just like the biggest shock and biggest wake-up call for myself.
I got laid off from my corporate job. Yep. I've been working here 3 years, and,
People would say, listen, these aren't 700,000 women who are just missing or electing to leave the workforce. Most of them were fired.
700,000. And that's just what they're reporting on, but 700,000 is a lot. Oh, man. You heard the woman say corporate job? Oh, it was high-end jobs, DEI jobs. You don't see a lot of Jake men with them jobs. Oh, no. You see a Jake with them kind of jobs? He ballers. Right? You brothers and sisters out there know what I'm talking about. He have no cojones. Okay? May appear to be a man, but mentally, spiritually, he's not a man. Okay? He's emasculated.
Pushed out, right? Is that what you would say?
Absolutely.
Pay it back.
job. Yep. I've been working here 3 years, and,
People would say, listen, these aren't 700,000 women who are just missing or electing to leave the workforce. Most of them were fired or pushed out, right? Is that what you would say?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we've seen. So when we look at, since the pandemic, 700,000 women overall are missing from the labor force. And in that same time frame, over 6 million women have actually become eligible to participate in the labor force. So reasonably, you would think that their labor force participation should increase, but that's not what we're seeing. And just since February, we've seen almost 100,000 men join the labor force. So you're really talking about not a personal choice. You're talking about structural exclusion.
So why are Black women, you think, being affected at this level? And do you think that it seems that they're being specifically targeted?
So today I woke up and, well...
You get the gist, man. You get the gist. You see what's going on. Okay? Oh, you see what's going on. And like I said, a lot of you women out there have ran your man out the fucking door. Okay? That's your own fault. Let's get something real quick. You ran your man out the door and you and you fucking look around years later after you bought into this devil's poison. All right? Now look at your ass out there doing bad. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman builded her house, but the foolish plucked it down with their own hands. And that's exactly what have happened, man. Okay? Excuse me. And then you want somebody to feel sorry for you all of a sudden now. Hell no. Okay? You know? Why would you men out there don't feel sorry for these women? You know, let them suffer. You know? At least the Lord put on your spirit to deal with them. You know, I'm talking about men of the Lord. Let these women suffer, man. We know Isaiah 4:1 gonna come into play, but hey, the Lord put on your spirit to take him in, if it's meant, if it's the Lord's will, basically, you know. Excuse me, but don't get into your emotions. You know, it's just wrong. You know, fuck all that. Okay? Nobody rooting for you, Jake men of all the tribes to, you know, come up on on a level as far as in this society. No, they look for you to be down and out. Okay? So a foolish woman plucking down her own house with her own hands, man. Why? Because she's fucking unruly. She's unruly, man. You can't deal with that, man. This is Proverbs 21:19 on the GNT. Better to live out in the desert than with a nagging, complaining wife, right? Who would come home after a long day of work to hear a fucking woman's mouth, man? Bitching about nothing. You know? No man wants to hear that shit, man. Excuse me, wait 1 second. And nobody want to deal with that shit though, man. Fucking women nagging and complaining every time because she want to live like the Joneses and them. And your little simple life ain't good enough, though she have everything she need and a couple wants here and there. She want more, you know. And she'll leave you because she's saying in her mind that because you ain't giving her what she wants, that she deems you incapable, all right, incapable of being her husband. You know, but you know, hey man, fuck what these women think, man. You know, you might as well leave your woman, man. Fuck her, man. Hey, your real woman is just wisdom anyway. You know? Well, no, we love women. But hey, at the beginning of the day, man, fuck these women, man. Remember that, hey, you got examples like Job and Lot. When they counted the most, the women turned on them. When the Lord was delivering Lot, guess what? His women looked back. Therefore, she wasn't saved. Then you look at Job. You know, he started to catch hell. Who turned on him first? His fucking woman. Excuse me. So there you go, man. Don't put your trust in the fucking women, man. Put your trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay? These women are going to leave you at any given moment, man. And that's just the way it is. We're under the curses, man. You know? If she's dealing, deal. But if not, hey, man, there's plenty of women out here, man. You know, go find you a so-called Latina that's in her right fucking mind. Because they out their fucking mind, a lot of them too. All right? Excuse me. Or we'll find you a so-called native woman that ain't fucked up in the mind mentally either. Because a lot of the tribes women fucked up, man. You know, hey, this devil have worn out the saints, man. And that includes the women too. You know? But I'm just saying, hey, go find you a decent woman to deal with if you so desire a woman, you know, you're willing to, deal with the trouble in the flesh, you know. I get it. You know, I love the fuck out of women, man. I love the women. You know, I love women my whole life. Still do. But if they can't, or if they don't want to deal, so be it, man. We gotta focus on the work, man. You know, pussyfy the shit around your wits for a woman, man. Fuck that. You know? Like I said, a woman that's complaining and nagging all the time, can't deal with her, man. You know? You just gotta move on, man. Because the most important thing is that you continue on, the forwarding this ministry, man. You know? But now you women starting to feel it, though, man. You women starting to feel it, man. Because why? The so-called white man, all right, which is that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and they're the physical counterparts, man. Okay? Of the spiritual demon Satan. It gave you a way to live in a way that wasn't conducive, all right, to the betterment of your life in the long term. You know? 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, right? And a lot of you women have lived in great pleasure, man. And now times are hard now, so that pleasure is gone. The mirth is gone. You know? So now you women out there down bad, struggling. Without a man, oh man, it's over with, man. Now Esau, he firing you on the job. He's making it hard for you to get welfare. Now what you gonna do? And this is why Isaiah 13, let me get that real quick. Well, the Lord said he's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. And we know that ultimately that's the man of the Lord. We see it coming to pass now. You know, women are starting to act right a little bit. You know? Isaiah 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. See? The Lord's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. And that's the man of the Lord. That's the man that was chosen and built up for the adversity to come. You know, those acceptable men that are spoken about in the book of Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Again, that's the man of the Lord. The one that fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and do his will. Do the Lord's will, man. You know? The rest ain't gonna make it. Simple and plain. Okay, let's move on. Because now you're starting to really feel it, man. Now we're starting to see why, which I'm getting ready to get it, but now we're starting to see why these women are lamenting and mourning. They're fucked out here, man. They don't have nothing to look forward to, you know? So it says Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Excuse me. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. Ye careless women, for the vengeance shall fail, the gathering shall not come, right? He's getting rid of welfare. He's getting rid of, first he's firing you. because we know overall, welfare affect Edomites more than Jake, but of our women that are on it and depend on it, I mean, you're fucked. Because you used to see women, I was coming up, you brothers out there can, bear witness to this. It was one out there, now I'm in fucking, junior high, maybe late elementary, back in the day, you see women on Section 8 with a good job, so long as she ain't make too fucking much. Oh, that's over with. The days of seeing Kiesha with a nice fucking car, good job, and she on Section 8, them days over. Okay, that's over. Okay? So you factor that in, okay, he's firing you on the fucking job without even giving you even the severance pay. He just getting rid of you. Excuse me. Your job is no longer needed. Goodbye. Hope you find, a job in the near future. Excuse me. Yeah, so continuing on. Verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled. Yeah, you women that were comfortable in those conditions. Comfortable getting Section 8, comfortable getting assistance, comfortable with these DEI jobs that paid you, decent, real good money. It's women out here that got some really good jobs, man. Or had. Had some really good jobs, man, Able to pay their own bills. They was playing Destiny Childs every fucking day. Independent women. Throw your hands up better, right? Now if you play an independent song, these whole ass songs that these women make about, not needing a man. You play one of these songs now, these women gonna fucking start crying. I guarantee you. It's gonna hit home. Okay? Tremble you women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right, it's a sign of mourning. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Right, those fucking perks you got from Esau for doing what he wants you to do, and in turn destroy the family structure. Now he's taking it all away from you because why? Again, Sirach 13, he used you for his purpose, and then he forsook your ass and let you out there. And this is, again, the servant beguiling you. Again. Now you look around, there's no man to call on or talk to. So, hey man, it is what it is, in my eyes. A lot of you women out there are out there bad, and who knows if you're going to make it. It's all up to the Lord who will know which of you going to make it. But, yeah, man, this is beautiful what's going on. Basically, with these things going on, what you start doing, which is the will of the Lord, is force you back to your own man. And now your own man have to look at you, and if you ain't up to par, guess what? Judah ain't fucking with you. You women. Judah ain't fucking with the Judite women. Judah getting all other women, Moabite, fucking Ammonite, so-called white women, even the speckled bird Israelites like white women, but the other nations, so-called Asian nations. Hey, Jake getting the southern kingdom, start with Judah, they getting the other men, even the rest of the tribes. Because like I said, the Latin women, the Latina, she's fucked up too. She's damaged goods too. You southern kingdom brothers looking at the so-called Latina women like she's better, she's fucked up too. You're starting to see that more and more. So a lot of the Latin bros, Latin tribe men, they're going to get so-called white women. Same with Gad and Reuben. You know, in our time, they be speckled bird. Because the Israelite woman, you know, as a whole, is fucked up. Okay? So, hey man, a lot of things coming down the pike where he gonna be out here bad, man. You women. So you better pray that Yahweh Shemel shall send you to a man of the Lord. Because that's who the Lord is dealing with. That's who gonna be saved. Okay? The men of the Lord, which is the elect, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. And the rest of the remnant, which is the 1/3, the rest of it, you know, other 1/3 of the men, women, and children. You would hope you're part of that number. If not, you're through. So with that, all praises and glory be unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachak Kodash. Again, I want to say shalom to the Lord's elect. All right. Hey, you women got a lot of evil ahead with that shalom.